For decades, the Indian political map functioned as a collection of local fortresses, governed by regional titans who operated completely independent of the center. These were unshakable forces: the Left Front in Kerala, the 50-year Dravidian duopoly in Tamil Nadu, and Mamata Banerjee in Bengal, who spent 15 years building an iron grip over her state. On counting day, that entire arrangement was dismantled in a matter of hours. The BJP broke right through Mamata Banerjee's heavily guarded Bengal fortress. Congress reclaimed power in Kerala, and in Tamil Nadu, a brand new party shattered the half-century hold of two massive legacy parties. The simultaneous collapse of these diverse empires points to two possible causes: a genuine rebellion by the voters, or an electoral game that was systemically rigged. The collapse began with internal friction, as regional giants began alienating the loyal voter bases that kept them in power. The Trinamool Congress historically relied on three pillars of support: women, the Muslim community, and marginalized castes. In this election, all three began to crack under pressure. The female vote fractured rapidly following the horrific RG Kar hospital incident. The resulting massive protests severely damaged the state government's reputation for protecting its own citizens. This shift wasn't isolated to Bengal. The exact same rejection of the old guard occurred simultaneously in Tamil Nadu. An entire generation of Gen Z voters felt disconnected from legacy Dravidian politics. When popular actor Vijay launched his TVK party, those young voters handed him a massive debut victory. Shifting demographics and generational gaps explain significant losses, but they don't mathematically account for the total scale of the collapse, pointing to external institutional pressures. This points toward allegations of institutional engineering, starting with a pre-election procedure in Bengal known as the Special Intensive Revision, or SIR. Critics claim the SIR process was weaponized to quietly delete up to 10 million legitimate voters, a purge that heavily targeted opposition and minority strongholds. Look at the math. This first bar represents the 10 million voters removed from the rolls. This second, smaller bar is the actual vote margin separating the BJP and TMC. The deleted voters far exceed the margin, enough to flip the entire election. Concerns about the integrity of the process continued onto counting day, where candidates reported bizarre mechanical anomalies. Multiple electronic voting machines were sealed with 70% battery power after polling ended, yet they reportedly arrived at the counting tables displaying a 98% charge. Counting was also halted for hours in opposition-leading seats like Bhabanipur, while a massive deployment of 250,000 Central Armed Forces maintained a militarized presence at the centers. These combined anomalies, the voter roll purges, the machine errors, and the stalled counting, suggest the state apparatus may have been leveraged to secure a specific outcome. With the fall of these diverse state-level titans, the independent regional Kingmaker Party has effectively lost its leverage on the national map. The BJP's expansion has either absorbed or decimated local opposition, leaving a massive political void in states that were once untouchable. The national opposition is now scrambling to fill that void, attempting to unite the surviving remnants of regional power. Immediately following the results, Rahul Gandhi began strategic outreach to regional leaders like Mamata Banerjee, M.K. Stalin, and Vijay to form a final, unified front. The 2029 general election has been reduced to a direct, bipolar collision between Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi. As the country moves towards this collision, the integrity of the process, the voter rolls, the voting machines, and the institutional oversight remains as much of a focal point as the candidates themselves.